Commitment.
Exactly. What was that, sweetie? They did not accept no. They were fighters. They were willing to push past their circumstances. Yes. Each of us have something that's going on where if you're young enough, it will happen to you. Whatever that might be. We do not have to be a victim of our circumstances. Who in here has a big dream in life? Let me hear it. Let me see. What's your name, King? Stand up for me. What's your name? Raylan. What's your big dream?
To be an MLB baseball player.
To do what?
MLB baseball player.
If you work hard enough and you believe it, you will be an MLB baseball player. Clap it up for this man. Big dream. Oh, I see you, Gene Jackson. Put your head down. Stand up for me. What's your name? Sanaya. See you so pretty. What do you want to be in life? A volleyball player. Who else wants to share? Big dream. Oh, I see you. I see you. Talk to me. Stand up. What's your name? I like that one, bro. Okay, tell me. What do you want to be in life?
I want to be secret.
Clap it up first. What drop? Well, you too? Go ahead. What's your name, brother? I can hear you, bro. Quran. In life, talk to me. What's your dreams? Famous rapper. Clap it up. What drives me is I believe in God. What drives me is that we're all made in His image.
Yes.
If He made the sun, moon, and stars, you mean to tell me if He gives me a vision, I can't achieve it?
Yes.
Nothing's too hard for God.
That's right.
Right.
But far too often, we don't believe that. Far too often, we give up on our dreams. The greatest lie man ever told us was we can't be who God made us to be. That makes sense? Well, clap it up for me. And the truth of the matter is, we fall victim to it. Growing up, I was one of them. I grew up, single-parent household. My mother was a preteen when she was a teenager when she had me. High school dropout. Had my brother. She worked multiple jobs to try to provide for us. Elementary school, they told my mother, I had ADHD, I was in 3rd grade. They said to keep your son held back because he's not performing at the rate of other kids. And the reality is, when I was young, I had a speech impediment. I will never in my life imagine being in front of an audience speaking with so much passion. Woo! That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. What happened was, I'll be that kid in the back, like, teacher, please don't call me for the book, please. Because I remember getting laughed at. Nobody wants that. I felt defeated. So I grew up very troubled as a teen with no what, still here, elementary school, no direction. I got suspended 20 times. 20 times. When I was 11 years old, my mother one day told me that the father whose last name that I carried was not my father. At 11, but my entire family knew about it except for me. The hurt, the pain, the betrayal, the distrust, I held that anger. So as a result, I made some really bad choices when I was in middle school. In 9th grade, my counselor brought my mother in and told my mother I was an endangerment to the high school. In 9th grade. In 12th grade, when I tried to finally get it together, I had to finish my 12th grade year and still take 9th and 10th grade classes at Gardena Adult School just to get my diploma. Come my way into college, and still, I wasn't really ready for it yet. I was more about the girls and the parties when I was in college. I'm blessed Along that way, though I wasn't ready, God still put people in front of me that helped speak life into me. My grandmother in 10th grade said, son, every morning read Psalms 91. It's going to save your life because the devil's trying to attack you.
Yeah.
That's in 10th grade. So all this time, I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm still holding so much in my heart, I never forgave. Never forgave. So I still tried to figure out my way, and I'm still failing all throughout my young adult life. In college, I dropped out. It wasn't for me. I had my daughter, and that helped me shape my mind. Because again, growing up, never met my father, I could not wait for my chance to be a dad one day. And though I was not ready for it, there was no way I was going to fail my daughter. It was not going to happen, not on my watch. So I did whatever I had to do, legally. Try to make ends meet because I have family members who are patient enough, who made their own choices, who are spending life in prison. It's not just one, it's multiple. That's how we grew up. I did not want that for myself. So I'm still trying. 10 years ago, my younger brother, we're 2 years apart, made the wrong choices, was caught in a drive-by shooting. He's a quadriplegic. For the rest of his life, he'll never be able to move his hands, move his body, feed himself again because of decisions. So I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Working at Kinko's, Home Depot, whatever it took to put money on the table, I was trying to hustle to get that thing done. Now let's fast forward. I've always had this drive. I've always been a fighter. No matter what I was going to go through, I was never going to be denied who I knew God meant for me to be. I just did not know when. I didn't know how, but I trusted, I had faith. And if every morning he would give me breath in my body, I was not going to let him down. So I kept trying to figure it out. And in doing so, God put mentors around me. People around me who didn't grow up where I grew up at. In Malibu and Santa Monica who began to take a liking to me and show me how to do a business. And even with that, my first 2 years in that business, I failed horribly. 2010, 2011. So the choice, I can go back and quit and go get a 9-to-5 job and say, what if I would have just stayed in? That wasn't going to be me, so I stayed. At 17, I left my mother's house. I vowed I would never come back home. As a 28-year-old boy, I was still a boy at that time, about 5-6 years ago, not a long time. Right? But the reality is, I humble myself. We got evicted from our apartment. We were on EBT. I'm saying my story, not y'all's story, it's my story, okay? And the reality is that I decided to move back in with my mother, and we slept on her floor for 1 year. She had an apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And it was her, my brother, she just got married, and he had a son, so we slept in the hallway. They had to walk through us to get to the bathroom for 11 months. How hungry are you going to be to stay patient until your time comes? That's the question. That's the question. It began to kind of reshape my mind. It was March 2012, and I found it on YouTube. Let me tell you, those of you who don't have mentors, they're online too. Will Smith, he's online too, okay? And that's who I found on a video. In 2012, he did a video with Tavis Smalley when he was promoting I Am Legend movies. And Tavis Smalley asked him, he said, what is it about you that makes your pursuit to be great relentless? And Will Smith said, in these words, if I'm competing against somebody, and in 10 categories, they got me on 9. Smarter, better looking, more talented, more resources. On all 9 things out of 10, they got it on me. But if we get on a treadmill together, there's 2 things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die. It's really that simple. Those words were so simple, but they were magnifying to my mind because I realized that effort, I control. Effort, I control. And I decided that work ethic And hustle was going to be my way to succeed. And here I am today, top 1% 2 years in a row in America. But the reality is that I'm not that talented. My SAT scores, they would tell you I'm not that talented. My teachers, high school, they say, he won't be much in life. He's the class clown. So if you guys got that, if you've seen that before, you've seen those kids, and you guys don't see a future, keep pouring into them. Yeah. They don't know how to communicate their feelings. They don't know how to communicate what's happening inside their home. But society tells us as a young black man, oh, be strong. Oh, be strong. You got this. You tough. Oh, we don't snitch, we just take it however it comes. And so we poison our kids' minds to think that there's no way out. And ultimately, the only difference that we all have in life is our effort, is our output. Volleyball player, musicians, more than that, doctors, attorneys, businessmen, CPAs, whatever you want to do in life, you can do that. The reason why I chose real estate, because for that, I felt the hunger for that. Growing up, from kindergartner to 12th grade year, we moved nearly 9 months every year. I moved 17 times. Because my mother, growing up single mom, all she wanted to do was provide a safety net for her young boys to stay out of trouble. Keep us in the new J's. I appreciate that. I was dope. But looking good, but we just kept renting. So I know what it was like. I remember getting a door knock, because we were paying our rent on time, but the landlord did not. So we got evicted. You see, I had no stability growing up. I had to remake new friends. I had to keep this like tough person. And I'm a little guy too, and I'm scrappy. I'm fighting, don't get twisted. Man into a lot. But ultimately, sometimes society will make you that person if you have to survive. And that's how I was. So my message is no dream is too small. No dream is too big. You see, I believe that when we sleep at night, God gives us these ideas for a reason. He says, I trust you with them. Let them see how great I am. We can't see God, but we can see God through us, yes?
Yes.
Right? Yes. And so the reality is that that's how he does it. I want to give you guys some principles that I've learned that help me get to the way I call it my secret sauce. Because the reality is that if you use it, your wins, your dreams will be abundant. First thing, mindset. Mindset. The mind is the greatest thing that we have. And many of us don't use it enough. Our mindset allows us to drop negativity. Our mindset allows us to get away from negative friends, negative people. That could be family too. That could be family too. Mindset. If you speak a mindset for yourself, you can become anybody. 11th grades. So, but the reality is that it's the mindset that goes first. So years ago, I started getting really big into meditation and affirmations and praying every single morning because I wanted to create this person who I knew existed. He needed more time. Yes. So mindset. So whatever you want, you keep speaking. And when somebody says that it can't be done, you say to yourself, I'm abundant. I'm enough. I'm powerful. I'm unstoppable. And if you say that to yourself with passion, and you believe that, you will be that person. That's how it works. Things, thoughts become things. We don't believe God told us that there's life and death in the tongue. Yes? Yes. That's biblical. These are principles. Mindset. Number 2, your heart has to be in the right place. For me, I was trying to prove everybody wrong. So I was angry. So God let me really see who I thought I could really be because I wanted to show them, like, yeah, see what I got now? Look at that. He had to humble me. My blessings, your blessings, they come from above, not from me. Not from you. If you continue to serve the way that you need to and give thanks to the Most High, He will always keep pouring into your life the way that He needs to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Heart. Those two things. The next must be clarity. Clarity. Who do you want to be? I knew in 2011 that I was going to become one of the most successful real estate people in America. The reality is that black folks aren't buying homes at the same rate as, let's say, white people. That's just a fact, okay? But that didn't matter to me. When I put in my vision board, my mentor, he laughed at me. Come on, man, be realistic. Be unrealistic.
That's right.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
That's your damn dream. See, I believe that. I'm a fighter. See how that works?
Yeah.
So I had clarity of who I wanted to be. So everything that I had to choose had to be around that thought process of who I wanted to be. Clarity. Once I had clarity, I had to find out what would it take for me to become that person. Relentless, work ethic, constantly driving it every single time. I wanted to party. I love to party. I do. But during that time frame, I couldn't. I had to read, I had to learn, understand the market, how it works. All the skill sets tangible. Be a doctor, a singer. Study it. Study it. Study it. And once you find out what it takes, number 3, you must decide you will pay that price to become that person.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Clarity, first. What's it take to get there, and massive action. Faith without works.
Dead.
Not my works. See how that works? What I want to do is there's this poem that I learned many years ago. And every morning after I meditate and after I pray, I say these words. That poem goes, by the way, this poem, I learned it when I was taught when I was 15. You guys know who Les Brown is? Les Brown?
Yeah.
Les Brown. So the first person who helped mentor me was a white police officer, which is crazy. That was like cops ain't nothing when I was growing up. And so Sergeant Coffee was his name, he was a detective. Took a summer internship at 15 at the PD police department. He told me about his story growing up, parents being alcoholic. He had a speech impediment, which I did too at the time. And he said that he was 20 years old when he finally finished high school, so he had to stay back. Like he got flunked 3 different times, right? But he had this heart to persevere. So he gave me this cassette tape of Les Brown. Now, even though I didn't really understand all he was saying at 15, it began to open up my mind that what I saw in my reality was not my future. I decided that. Not my mom, not my neighborhood, not my uncles, aunties, not my teachers, not my counselors. If me and God are in line on the same page, we'll be okay. That poem goes, if you want that dream bad enough, go out and fight for it. Work day and night for it. Give up your time, your peace, and all your sleep for it. If all that you dream and think is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly will sweat for it, stress for it, and plan for it, and if you're willing to overcome all fear and doubt for it, if you simply go after that dream with all your capacity, strength, and tenacity, if you hope for it, if you pray for it, if you are willing to believe it, with God on your side, you will achieve it.
All right.
Loved ones, do me a favor. One time. I'm spiritual talk, man. Crazy. You
Yeah.
guys pump?
Yeah.
You guys pump? Yeah. Say these words after me. If you can, please. It means so much to my spirit to hear it back from you. You guys ready?
Yes.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am abundant.
I am abundant.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I trust God's plan
I trust God's
for
plan
my life.
for my life.
I will trust Him.
I will trust Him.
Believe Him.
I will believe Him.
till it comes so.
I will wait till it comes so.
Thank you.